So, future me. The heat is starting to hit the point where it's just bearable, but just barely. It'll probably be impossible the next 2 months though. Climate change and all that. Also, are we dealing with that more in the future me? Or is it more the same where people say we're doing something about it when we really aren't? Anyways, not the point of this entry. Main point of it is to tell you, good sir, that I'm currently deep into the VTuber rabbit hole binge thing, whatever you want to call it. In my defense of getting into this, we're most definitely the target audience for this stuff. 1. We're extremely introverted. 2. We have no social life, or current me doesn't have an IRL social life. And 3. We're into anime and art and you're on Activate. So to say the least, current me had very good chances of falling through this rabbit hole anyway. But let's start from the beginning, shall we? Where it all began. Obviously, we knew about virtual YouTubers way back in the day since you watched Joey's video with Kizuna Ai. So that's the first exposure. Seemed cool, but didn't really catch your interest. The next time we heard about these VTubers was on Trash Taste, in one of their early episodes where, much like Connor, you were weirded out by Joey and Garn fanboying over what was an anime girl with dog ears playing Minecraft. At this point, you realized, oh, I guess they're a thing now, but still weren't curious enough to go out of your way to check them out. This remained that way even after the 2 Trash Taste episodes, with Mori Calliope and the episode with Kason. But the real first step into the world of VTubers didn't start until Connor. While at this point in time, you knew about Connor from his voice actor review series, as that's how you first discovered him, you really didn't know anything about him beyond that. So, you ultimately grew curious and saw what he does for videos, which you still think are a bit weird to this day. Anyways, you eventually noticed that he had a second channel, and there you were introduced to an individual known as Iron Mouse. The step into the larger world. You really enjoyed these videos with Connor and Mouse, and as time passed, you would eventually start catching their streams and getting recommended those clips. Yeah. Man, that must be really weird to get. Eventually, Mouse's first subathon would happen and you'd eventually be exposed to other VTubers that you already watched because they had played with Mouse and Connor before in the videos, and VTubers you never watched before. However, one particular VTuber caught your eye. One content creator where you genuinely wondered how it could possibly work in terms of entertaining an audience. Zentreya. At this point in time, you couldn't wrap your head around the idea of a person who would communicate through a computer-generated voice could be entertaining. You just didn't get it. So, with curiosity piqued, you started to watch her content. From this point onward, the ball really started rolling. Once you understood how people found Zentreya's content funny and hilarious, your curiosity for anything VTuber related wasn't satisfied, only amplified. You started watching VTubers left and right, whether it be YouTube or Twitch. Consumption was all you did, like the hungry little fuck you are. VShojo members, Hololive EN, Hololive ID, Nijisanji, False ID, Renaivn, Amelie, Snuffy, Buff and Tricky, and I could go on and on. So that's it for how you got into this, future me. As of late, your newest finds for VTubers to watch have been people like Bao, Shy Lily, Numi, Filion, Lena, Giri, and Sarway, to name a few. The first former 4 mentioned in that list are certainly interesting, to say the least. Millie from Nijisanji gives you flashbacks whenever she speaks Tagalog, since you don't really hear it from anywhere else other than occasionally listening into mums and sister conversing in said language. Sarway's latest streams on Zomeboid have been chill, and you watch Filion and Cinder lose their minds by eating hot sauces. While Tricky was also there eating hot sauces, chilling, because she could deal with the spice much better than them. Today, in fact. Anyways, later future me just took out the mac and cheese from Costco out of the oven, and I'm hungry. We'll watch Cinder or Tricky. Probably. Okay? Bye. This journal entry was written on June 23rd, 8 p.m.